We can go ahead and jump in just a second. I wanted to finish describing the party. Like I said, we've got Doctor Thrayce, who is step adoptive sibling to Grippy Sox. When Doctor Thrayce, when their father, the hedgehog familiar, died due to having been awakened later in life, so having a shorter lifespan. When the hedgehog wizard, their father, Spikel was his name. Yes. When their father died, they discovered that their father was partway through the ritual on another creature, a bookworm, or the larvae of a moth. So a book caterpillar that was eating his magic tomes decided to start the ritual on him. And after he died, his children finished the ritual on the caterpillar. The caterpillar is now Bird's character, Bobbington Wigglesworth, and is a bard due to having eaten so many books.
I like it.
On their adventures thus far, they really only started adventuring because there was a nasty inheritance dispute over the wizarding tower where they lived, causing the wizard's nephews to come in and seize the property on the grounds that the current quote-unquote owners were animals, and animals don't have property rights. So they got a pittance of 1,000 gold pieces and are off to find themselves a new home. During their travels, they met up with a caravan in order to gain passage down into the valley, because they started out up in the mountains. The caravan owner was like, I could take you on as guards, but what feats have you accomplished to distinguish yourselves? You're adventurers. What adventures have you been on? And they're like, none? Question mark. The caravaneer was like, okay, well, I can't in good conscience take you along then. I have this quest for you. Here, there's this glowing stone in the bottom of this cave up in the mountains. Go get it for me. I'll buy it off of you, and I'll count that as your first adventure, and I'll take you along with me. The party left to go to the Starlight Cavern, but not before checking in with all the rumors in town, which turned out to be quite helpful, as they discovered that there was a river troll underneath a bridge along the way, along with a couple of other dangers. They prepared themselves, up to and including purchasing 3 goats of varying sizes at Sir Bobbington's request, as a way of getting past the troll. To everyone's surprise, this worked. The first 2 goats managing to bluff their way past the troll on promise of a larger goat coming next. The troll, however, was a slightly smarter troll than the one in the stories, and was not to be fooled 3 times, and thus ate the 3rd goat. While the troll was just eating the goat, they ran past. They made their way up the mountain, across the Cliffside Trail, were attacked by a bat, and came across some bandits. Due to some unfortunate circumstances and misinterpretations, they killed one of the bandits, and now owe the bandit camp a life debt.
Oh no.
They came back to the bandit camp and ingratiated themselves a bit with the bandit crew. There's only maybe 8 of them, but with the addition of some new bodies and everybody having participated in Bandit Fight Club, they were officially recognized as members of the bandit crew. There's still some resentments, but over the death of Jarek, who was the bandit who died. But the bandit leader, Captain Roderick, had listened to what the crew had to say, and decided the crew offered to help them rob the caravan that they got the quest from in the first place.
Oh my God.
Yes. So the party is to go meet back up with the bandit camp, or to go meet back up with the caravan with an illusory shiny rock as a fake gemstone from the cavern, and then lead the caravan into the bandit trap. Our crew had spent a couple of days at the bandit camp, which was inside Starlight Cavern itself, which is a magnificent geode structure in the mountain that has crystals that when hit by the light from within the cave, become healing crystals. And the bandits are hoping to one day go legit, selling the crushed crystals as healing potion ingredients. But for now, robbery.
Makes sense to me.
Quest difficulty
Out
is better.
foraging. There we go. Yes.
When the quest difficulty is too high, you have to find creative solutions to artificially lower the difficulty.
I still feel like we could have taken them.
You
Yeah.
probably could have taken them. But this is hilarious. This crew has been unofficially nicknamed the Silly Little Guys campaign. And now, yes, coming back with a bundle of forage materials, food or medicine or whatever you feel like you would have scavenged, Keegan. What is your character like?
So Dasha is a very young elf child. If she were human, she would look to be about 11 years old, maybe. Dasha was orphaned quite recently. Her mother was a witch who had a pact with Baba Yaga. And Baba Yaga worked with Vasilisa through her pet crow, Ksenia. When Vasilisa died, Ksenia took it upon herself to care for Dasha, which is proving to be quite a task.
Yeah.
Dasha, young and naive, is not aware of the power that her pet crow possesses and thinks it's just her best friend, and she's blissfully unaware of what she possesses.
Yes. Blissfully unaware of the fact that she is in fact the firstborn child that was sold to Baba Yaga.
It's okay, you have a new papa now. I killed him.
Yes. Check to see if I've got a message from her. We have not yet established what happens when a player is absent in this game. So you don't have a lamp.
Our little worm is just so eepy. We're gonna go do other stuff while the worm takes a nap.
Ooh, okay. I've got an idea. The spell that was used to create you all was and remains imperfect. Every now and then, you will revert back to your animal form. And so Mr. Wigglesworth shrinks down to a caterpillar.
Probably would be the most safe in one of Doctor Thrayce's pockets.
I have a little familiar bag. Would a temporarily unawakened Wigglesworth fit in that? It's intentionally comfy. And
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Whiskers, my rat familiar, can sit on my head. He can sit in my hat. Take off the hat, set a boy on my head, put hat back on.
Yes. Rat in a hat. Well,
Sorry, babe, it wasn't my fault. I didn't mean to drunk text my ex at 3 a.m. I got ratatouilleed. He controls, thinks he knows what's best.
So Dasha is from a city nearby. You got the street urchin background, so you grew up in Embermont, which was, by all accounts, a dreary place, being seated very close to a volcano, headed, shall we say, north to greener pastures. How would Dasha have fallen in with a bandit camp? Any idea?
That is a good question. I'm after Dasha became an orphan, Sen guided her into the woods away from other people because, that's Baba Yaga's natural habitat. That was the logical place for her to keep Dasha safe. So I'm guessing if Dasha were to encounter other people, it would have been largely by accident. She probably tried to take something from them and they got a hold of her.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see encountering these bandits on the road and attempting to steal something from them. Marks you as proper bandit material in their eyes.
Well, she's just a little chaos orphan. She thinks she's invincible because she has her magic raven keeping her safe.
They will, of course, not.
So, of course, she did something a little too ballsy.
Yeah. Then in that case, yeah, they will have brought you along. You said recently, so probably a few weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking no more than like maybe a couple of months that she's been
Yeah.
on her own.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, these bandit folks took you in. They can't seem to keep you in check, as it were. They can't seem to control you in any way that they can think of. You just wander in and out as you please. There is a golem statue thing out at the entrance of the cage, out at the entrance of the cave that is attracted to shiny objects. So it's easy enough to fool for long enough to make your exit of the cave or enter into the cave. But when you come back this time, what do you think she would have foraged?
Probably some mushrooms, some edible plants, maybe some medicinal plants, some
Yeah,
flowers to make tea,
wonderful then.
maybe some
Uh,
berries or fruit, depending on the season.
yeah. You come back with a skirt full of berries and mushrooms and plants, scooching your way through the narrow entrance to the cave. It is always a gorgeous sight. The light playing up from somewhere in the depths of the cave gets refracted by all of the crystals along the walls and ceiling. So the place is just bathed in rainbows. But there are three new additions. Well, two new additions to the bandit camp since last you left, and they are strange ones. So you describe your character, Doctor.
Yeah. So it's a hedgehog, some sort of awakened being because it's on 2 feet. Dr. Thrayce is wearing a simple looking pointed hat atop her head, but beneath her neck, she's wearing like a tweed professor's outfit. Like a vest and a shirt and a nice pair of trousers. Just like a little college professor who's a little hedgehog. And she has a little pouch on her side and is holding a little like travel leather-bound booklet that she has open and is reading. She looks well put together for a hedgehog.
And how about Grippy?
So Grippy is a small bipedal frog creature.
They're both about halfling size.
Yeah, does not, well, this time of year is wearing typical traveler's clothes, armored. Did I lose my bindle in the tumble down the cliff?
No, I think we established that you had dropped it prior to that to get the grappling hook out.
So I have a quarterstaff slung over my shoulder with a like hobo's bindle that is softly clanking as I walk around. My coloration is pretty typical, like green and brown. If you shook my hand, you'd notice a thin film on them. No hat, just my little bald froggy head.
Captain Roderick, the best dressed of them, wearing enamel plate armor with some sigil or something that was on the front of it now chipped off. Looks over, sees Dasha entering. Oh, you're back. Good. Before we head out, you should go with these two. They'll explain the plan to you. It'll be right up your alley. Gotta disarm some folks.
Okay. I follow the frog and the hedgehog. I go towards the frog and the hedgehog.
Oh, hello, Dr. Thrace says, looking up from her little book.
Hey there.
You can talk too.
Yes, we can. My name is Dr. Thrace. I am a doctor of civic wizardry, and this here is my companion, Grippy Sox.
And you're a
Grippy.
wizard?
Yes, I went to wizarding school for several years. Here is my familiar. And then Dr. Thrace doffs her hat, and there's just a rat sitting on top of her.
The
That,
rat will
gives
doff
you a
a
little
smaller
squeak.
hat.
Oh! I didn't know he had a hat, too.
He does now.
Thank God.
Grace is a hedge wizard.
Yep, hedge wizard.
Pun intended. And I am Grippy Sox, a druid of.
A druid?
Indeed. I studied in the forest, I watched the animals,
know a little bit of healing.
Wow.
It's like you've gathered interesting plants there.
Yeah, I found these. I didn't know other animals could talk. I thought only my bird could talk, but she only talks to
bird?
me.
Oh, how interesting.
The raven will cock its head and inspect both of you, but not speak yet.
Bow my head warily to the raven. You
Don't
know,
worry,
I
she's
would
mostly friendly.
I'd be quite the snack.
Don't eat them. I whisper maybe a little too loudly to Senya. She glares at me a little bit.
Yes.
Well, it's quite the trek to town, but we have a horse once we're on the other side of the passage. That I think the three of us could fit on, right?
Yeah, it's a Clydesdale, so
Sick. So pretty much the long and skinny of it is, a merchant in town asked us to recover the gem from the depth cavern, and we found out that these nice folk were living here after Derek's dead. By the way, I threw him off the cliff, and I'm very sorry about it. Moving past that, we decided,
it's okay.
why
You
not
never
join
open
up?
minute cards.
But we more or less decided, fuck that. We'll join up with you folk and rob him. Seemed like a pretty tall order for newbies like us, and y'all seem a different type of dishonest than the businessman,
I don't know. I'm not really part of this group. I tried to take some stuff from them and they caught me. But I keep wandering off and coming back and they're not doing anything about it.
Well, it seems we're in a similar situation then. We're going to return to town and then give the merchant a fake version of the gem and then assault the caravan in a couple of days.
Sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah,
They won't expect a thing.
nobody ever expects the Grippy Sox. Town and
I certainly didn't.
I hope Griselda will forgive me before the raid. I'd love to show you my transformation. Griselda, short woman with the busted up face. I guess her face probably wasn't busted up when you saw it last.
Points over. There's a beardless dwarf who's got a bit of a busted up face. You remember that one is Jarek's girlfriend, partner, person. In any case, are you doing anything here before you head out?
Nothing I can think of, assuming we have our fake crystal.
Um,
And a good
maybe-
story about why it stopped glowing.
I
They've
thought
got
we
it
were gonna
casting
use-
illusory light.
yeah. There we go. Quick HP check before we go out.
How is everybody doing on their hit points?
I think I was in pretty rough condition after I got some healing, but I think I was still in pretty rough condition after the fight with the Chimera.
Yes. Look, yes.
Like on a scale from 1 to 17.
I think my HP's at max still. I haven't been hurt in a hot minute.
I'm at about 3/4. So maybe swinging by, what was his name?
Larry.
Larry. Living like Larry.
He's a bookish-looking fellow with pockmarks and scars all over his face and a squinty expression, but cheerful enough once he sees you coming over.
Mile away that
it isn't my favorite frog.
I'm your favorite frog?
So far, haven't met many.
Oh, that makes sense. Doesn't make it any less hurt, but it makes sense.
He shrugs. Sorry, shouldn't have asked.
Grippy will chuckle good-naturedly. I fought a chimera last night with a friend, and I'll lift up my shirt, or well,
God.
I guess more or less I'll flash him because just wearing pants. Actually, not even
chimera?
pants, just leg warmers.
A chimera? How did you survive?
Quite tough, and I have very good friends. And it jumped off the cliff.
He just
I broke
blinks
its
at
ribs.
you. It jumped off the cliff?
I'm very cute.
He'll shrug and he'll start applying some herbs and some of the powdered gemstone in a poultice. He'll look over. Oh, Dasha, you brought some more herbs.
Yeah. I think these are the ones you asked for.
He'll look over them. Yeah, looks like
I found some
most-
mushrooms too.
Roll me a survival check.
I do not have my character sheet in front of me. Can you let me what bonus I get on this? D20, right?
Yes.
Sweet. It's a 17 before the modifier.
Wonderful. Nature is +4. So 21. He'll look through it, nod approvingly. Very nice, very nice. Not even any nightshade in here. That's for some of these. I'm
What I
impressed.
don't tell Larry is that I hid all of the nightshade in one of my pockets.
Yes, yes. Not the
That's
first
that's
picture of the
for
pocket
that's
of
for
nightshade.
later use. I wouldn't skip that to him.
Wonderful.
I think I'm getting pretty good at this plant identification thing.
Better than I would have expected. You and your Ravens got an eye for this. I heard the captain say you're going with our animal friends here.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget to take this with you. He'll hand you a healer's kit.
Muy importante.
Yes, yes.
Right. I take the healer's kit.
Because there are no short rests in this system, healer's kit's the primary means of regaining health between fights.
Okay.
And I'm treating them sort of like like Dark Souls potions, in that they've got 2 uses, and then you've got to refill them either by successfully foraging or by buying ingredients at a store.
So more like an actual first aid kit with, things that need to
Exactly.
be replaced.
Exactly. A magic first aid kit. But so he will hand you one of those and wish you well. And roll his check to heal. He's making sure to point out exactly what he's doing with the healer's kit to Dasha. Not super well aware of if she, has a lot of experience with it or not. But showing you how to use the healer's kit. That's what, 2d8? 5 and 3. 8 hit
Perfect.
points.
Yeah, Grippy is feeling good in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it uses some of the lichen that grows in the cave, as well as powdered crystals and some of the medicinal herbs that Dasha brought in. And you're good as new.
Oh, I just had an idea for while we're in town. I should buy a sweet for Griselda as an apology. It's a little now.
A sweet.
Yeah, like, something bakery.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. It's definitely on the agenda.
Larry, you're a real swell guy, you know that?
I tried to take care of that with the poultice, but if it starts to swell again, I'll reapply.
No, you're a nice fella.
He'll smile. I know I'm bad with wordplay.
Oh, yeah.
Skilled with a needle, but dull as dishwater, I'm afraid. Anyway, is there anything else that you needed before you headed out? I've got supplies here, if you're running low on rations.
We've made it through about half of our supplies so far. When we're all back after the raid, I'm more than happy to help with my share of the hunting. I'm quite skilled at witchcraft.
Well, that will be helpful, seeing as our best hunter is apparently lying at the bottom of the canyon, he says somewhat pointedly.
He might have landed on a branch.
We can hope. The
Sorry about
captain
that.
says that he's going to send Steve down to see if we can find the body, but
There should
that's
be
not.
Chimera not too far from it.
Well, if we find one, then maybe it'll be worth something.
How is Grippy Sox accidentally Pam almost immediately? Just sorry about your dead homie.
Um,
Wait, Mom, not a phase.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, unless anybody else is doing anything at the camp.
Oh, asking for specific directions to that fort, like
Yes. Yes.
if they have like a simple map of the area, like showing us that.
Well, Larry says Rick was always our best at drawing maps, but Griselda would go out with him on hunting missions. But with how her face is looking, I'm gonna have to go talk to her first. You could have let her win, you know.
Y'all are like the 15th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 20th, and like 21st people with legs, like bipedals, that I have ever met. This is my first time being part of a tall people society or anything resembling that, even. And you know what? No clue what I'm doing.
That's
I'm
fair enough.
actually frog.
You know, I think that I may have had you mistaken for, you know, that a Grippy is.
I read about them in. Wait, could I roll a knowledge nature check to see if I'd ever read about them?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Yeah, 12.
You had heard that there were frog folk. Your father or adoptive father had certainly explained that to you at some point, but you'd forgotten what they were called.
That's what they're called. Yep, nope, never heard of them. Well,
Huh.
I mean, very little.
I heard rumors that they're way off to the west, over on the Duskin Mountains, or the Sapphire Coast. I don't know. My geography gets hazy when you get that far out. I'm a valley folk myself.
Is it like?
Wide. It's mostly farming, dull villages, and tedium. I was the village healer, but let's just say luck did not smile upon me one day, and someone important died on my watch. It was flee or die, so I've been an outlaw ever since. Ran into Captain Roderick a few months back. He needed my services. Seemed nice enough folk for robbers.
I'm excited to shake things up with you, Larry. You know,
I think technically I'm a hostage, but they don't keep a guard on me or nothing, and I don't really want to leave, so yeah.
same.
Bandit folk, it's a nice life till you meet the headsman.
What's a headsman?
Oh. Do you... I forget you're a frog. Do you know what the law is?
Not a clue. I have a code that I follow.
Well, so do you know what the monarchy is? Feudalism?
No.
Well,
I
Doctor.
failed civics class.
So there's a guy with a really fancy gold hat who says the gods made him in charge of everybody, and he coincidentally has a lot of people with swords that he will, that are willing to kill people if he tells them to. So that kind of bolsters up that claim a bit, at least from a practical standpoint. You see, well,
And he
so
gets to have them kill whoever he wants because he has a shiny gold hat.
yes.
That doesn't make any sense. You're lying.
I think it might be a magic hat.
I'm okay.
I've
If it's magic, then maybe, but that's still stupid.
Oh no, it's absolutely stupid. He'll laugh. No. It's absurd. But the guy with the shiniest hat gets to rule, and he gets to tell everybody what to do. But because telling everybody what to do is hard, he gets like a few dozen people and gives them castles, but not shiny hats, so that they can't tell people what to do more than he can. Sometimes they get less shiny hats, but it's frowned upon. Anyway, so he tells them to tell people what to do, and so they do. Those are lords. And so those lords are what make the law, and if you break the law, it's like a set of rules that they don't tell you. But if you break the rules they don't tell you, then they can either lock you in a room or kill you. usually by either chopping off your head or hanging you from a rope by your neck.
Oh, oh. When I ride
Oh.
forth from my chariot, drawn by 14 wildcats, sun upon my brow, we shall burn this archaic system to ash and replace it with soft embrace of nature after many, many brutal years of
Brutal years of what?
bloodshed.
You know, I think that might be worse, but I'm really not in a position to make the decisions. I just pissed off one of these lords because I let his dad die on accident. So he declared me outside the law or an outlaw. And so I don't get protection from the law. And they'll I don't know. I don't know if they'll kill me if they find me or if it because I haven't technically robbed anyone myself. He shrugs. Best not to get caught. You were in town recently. Have you heard of any bandits around these parts?
No,
Me?
not a word.
No.
He was talking with frogs, but oh, well, then I think we're.
Well, nobody except you guys.
I think that we might be secret enough for now.
This raid could change that, though.
Yeah. The folks are stuck between the Shadow Claw gang and the Rainbow. I'm the tie-breaking vote, and I think the whole thing's stupid. I don't think we should have a name. Doesn't that defeat the whole point?
I feel like we should use the Dark Claw one, and then when we start our legit potion company, we should be Rainbow Fist Potion Brewing. You know? People
A
would never
name only
suspect
increase
it's different.
a name only increases your risk of getting caught.
See, that's what I said. Anyway, enough about me. I hope your travels find you well. I hope y'all come back and don't die horribly out there.
I am so hoping.
I'm staying here. Y'all can ride out and do your banditry. I'm the hostage. It's my alibi.
Don't swell up too much, Flurry.
He'll
Finger
laugh. Finger guns. Finger hand crossbows.
Finger hand crossbow.
All right.
For real. My God.
He'll get out a piece of parchment real quick and draw a very rough sketch of where the ford in the river should be. I'm gonna secretly make a roll to see how good it is. Okay then. So it's a crude map, of course, but it's got the road where it intersects with the river and has the river troll, and it's got a little dotted line that shows where you diverge from the path beforehand, you head right, and there'll be a ford about yay far. He shrugs. I'm not a map maker.
Maker, map maker, find Ford.
Well, we'll thank him all the same. Right.
He'll shake your hand and then regret his decision.
He is picky.
Sticky.
But it's the time we've met. That's why I wait till the second time. Because first impression, you shake somebody's hand and it's sticky, you're never going to trust that. Second time, they got you. You knew my hands were ding.
There you go.
Fun.
Well, passing the cook's tent and the training grounds and the group campfire, you head out through the jeweled, crystallized crevice in the chasm. You make sure to leave a bit after dawn, so the golem outside is off chasing the sun. During the daytime, it wanders off to at the shiniest object that it can find, being the sun, usually. So it'll wander in one direction for a bit, come back around noon, and no, it'll stop around noon and then start coming back. And by the time it's nighttime, the cave is the shiniest thing around, so it will come back to the cave. But it has wandered off. Luckily, all of you are small creatures, so it's not really any great effort to slip between the spiked amethysts and quartz jutting out of the walls of the cave out onto the Cliffside Trail. The Cliffside Trail is a daunting looking route. It's about 5 feet wide and just notched into the face of a cliff. It's probably 1,000 feet down, and you can see the valley splayed out in front of you. A writhing nest of streams and rivers off to your right that connect down together somewhere into the valley. Straight out ahead is the plains and occasional farming villages that you can see mostly as morning cook fire smoke rising in the distance. Off to the left, you see down the mountain the nearest village, High Ridge Town, and jutting up out of the forest nearby is a tower with clouds gathering around its peak.
That's where we used to live.
Further and furthest off to the left, down the mountain range, you can see the dark clouds over the Embermont. You are headed in the direction of the Embermont, but the mountain over there is maybe 100 miles away. You're not going all the way there. Again, luckily for your small size, all of you are small, and the 5-foot wide cliffside trail is not enough to be terrified of, especially keeping to the innermost wall. It doesn't have any handrails or ropes tacked into it, so it is a little used trail, and with the golem guarding the place, it is ideal for a bandit camp. Few people would ever dare to come here. Headed out along the cliffside trail as this perfect view off to your right, cliffside to your left. Percentiles from each of you for random encounters.
Okay.
And Bird has an ETA of 30 minutes.
R.I.P. Aroni.
24.
37.
75.
Okay. 25?
75.
75. Okay. Well, then, it is luckily an uneventful day. The worst part is around midday, walking along this cliff face, the cold wind starts to pick up. It starts to gust along the cliff face. Your raven's name,
Ksenia.
Ksenia. Ksenia will perch. I don't know, Raven's probably a bit big to perch on your shoulder.
Let's see. I would imagine that Dasha was resourceful enough to find some kind of fit glove, which would be oversized on her anyway, that she can put
Yeah.
on and have the raven sit on her forearm.
Nice. No,
Or like
definitely.
maybe wrapping some kind of like leather gauntlet. I don't know. She's probably
Yeah.
got something for that.
Got something like that. But in this case, it is an eerie sight as the raven flies along next to you, keeping pace with you and seeming utterly unaffected by the wind. Doesn't even ruffle the feathers. Mr. Whiskers is gonna. I think I'm gonna need you to make me a reflex save, Doctor Thrayce.
Certainly. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Nice, good roll, good roll. You are able to catch your hat when the first truly strong wind whips it off of your head, catching Mr. Whiskers, of course, in the bowl of the hat.
It's all right, Mr. Whiskers. You're safe.
Squeakity fuck! Not back on the head, please. You can only hear this. Everybody else can only hear the squeaks.
I put Mr. Whiskers back in his safety pouch and say, play nice with
Buddy looks tasty.
Mr. Whiskers. I will feed you later.
You feed me caterpillars.
I will feed you some form of bug.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to find a caterpillar, but whatever bug I find will be yours.
Oh no. But with everything else fairly safely stowed away, and you all keeping to the inner wall of the cliff, it is unpleasant but doable. You come to the head of the Cliffside Trail, where it broadens out into a winding downhill path with scraggly, twisted trees on either side, that where the trail that you're on leads into the forest as the trees thicken into a forest. At the base of the trail is a Clydesdale. It's probably the biggest horse you've ever seen, any of you.
Him's a big boy. Boogie.
Hello, Bartholomew.
Suddenly reminded of the "Look at my horse is amazing" video my old roommate used to wake me up with.
Yes.
Yeah, better
Shut up,
riffraff
woman,
party.
get on my horse.
Literally at a riffraff party, everybody was fucked up, and I put on the 10-hour loop of that, and it got through 2 hours.
You fucking
45,
would.
And I can't remember who, but somebody was not happy about it. They were like, "This has been playing for 3 fucking hours." Like, yeah, it has.
I think I would be more entertained that somebody was mad about it, but that's just what I remember about Riffraff.
Yep. That is such chaos goblin energy. I love it.
The only proper response to somebody complaining about how long that's been playing is just, "Shut up, woman, get on my horse."
This is your second best party trick, right outside of making an entrance, singing "I'll make a man out of you."
And getting a concussion at Friendsgiving.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Never a dull moment with you. Life of the party, always.
Hey, whining.
I love it. The cart is nobody disassembled the cart, right? People considered disassembling the cart, but you didn't.
Correct. We took the wheels off of it, but that was it.
Yeah, then in that case, there's a cart with some wheels like next to it, sitting against a tree, maybe 10 feet away.
And it's on a sled.
I think you guys had discussed trying to build a sled, but didn't actually go through with it.
No, we disassembled the wagon into a house for Bartholomew.
You guys had also considered doing that, but there was not enough wood. He is a Clydesdale.
Big chillin' boy.
He's just been hanging here for a day. The feed bag's mostly empty.
It's time
We'll
to go, Bartholomew.
He will snort, and you can give a light stomp with a forehoof.
Big.
Reassemble the wagon, load it back up, or are you keeping all your
Yeah.
stuff on you still?
I think loading up the wagon, just because it's a lot of stuff to carry.
It's true. It's true. I don't see an in-character reason why you wouldn't just, toss your bag in the wagon, if nothing else. You can carefully decide what stuff you put in the wagon, or you can just, put your bag in the wagon and, let me know that you take your bag when you leave.
I'm going to put my bag in the wagon, but I am going to carry 2 javelins and my rope with grappling hook now that that's been established as frog style.
About the grappling hook.
Oh, it is inside of a bat. I need to buy a new.
You had some rope. I'm pretty sure that's gone too. You also had some goats, but those are gone too.
Yeah, but not knowingly.
They wandered into the bandit camp with 2 goats, never mentioned them to anybody, and never asked where they were. They turned into dinner.
Sad, but we'll survive.
Well, and off into the forest. Who's leading the way?
I hope
Uh,
not Thrace. Thrace does not have nature.
Dasha seems to know the
I
area
believe-
pretty.
I have some points in nature.
I have nature and survival as well.
It's survival.
Well, and Ksenia can fly. She can fly ahead and scout and keep an eye out for danger.
Okay. It is sense direction. Using stars, position of the sun, traits of geography or flora, behavior of fauna. You can stay oriented in the wild. Attempt a survival check once a day.
Didn't I already roll one?
That was to gather the plants.
Oh, yes.
This is to get through this forest because the trail that you're using is a bandit trail. It is not terribly well traveled, and so there are deer trails and things like that that can be mistaken. Hunting trails that you might accidentally wander down. So, survival check, you've got a +4.
All right, let's see. That's a total of 11.
11.
We both rolled 7.
Whee!
Mine's a 13.
Connected by poorly behaved dice.
Indeed. Let me check something here real quick.
Like when we all rolled an average of percentiles last game, it was literally within 6 points of being the actual average. Whoever rolled in the middle rolled 6 points off what the actual average of our re-rolls was, which was pretty.
That is pretty impressive.
Oh, and I'm just muting because I'm munching on next.
Gotcha. And just pulling up character sheet. So I think I said nature before. Your survival is also +4. Okay. Then at a certain point, it's getting towards sunset. The temperature is starting to drop a bit. It's definitely getting shivering cold. You're in a temperate climate and up in the mountains, so it gets pretty chilly. Luckily, you all have been here for a little bit and are assumed to have at least thick, warm clothing appropriate for the environment. Dasha is from a bit of a warmer place, so the cold here is more biting than you're used to. When the bandits found you, you were wearing furs that from animals that you'd found along the way. What kind of animals do you think Dasha would be wearing when the bandits found her out in the wilderness?
Thinking definitely some fox and raccoon, maybe a possum.
All crudely stitched together.
Oh, very. And the hood is a coyote head that she sewed rabbit ears onto.
I love that.
Love.
Love that image.
Again, this is a chaos orphan. Chaos elf orphan, no respect for really little awareness and little concern.
Something that the rest of you will note as you're traveling, especially along the cliff face with Dasha here, is that this cloak, this very crudely stitched together, but nevertheless fucking awesome cloak, still drips blood. It wasn't tanned. You didn't know how to tan hide.
No. Okay, that also means it probably smells fucking terrible.
You
Probably.
Baby.
Yeah.
Guys, stinky baby. We're gonna go triple.
Baba Yaga or Ksenia, one of them, will have halted the decay at some point. But certainly at a point further along the chain of decay than most people would tolerate.
Well, on the plus side, ravens are carrion eaters, so Dasha would have some help from Senya in cleaning up. Spot cleaning, if you will.
See, no, I'm just imagining that Ksenia eats the edge, eats like the hem of your cloak, and you have to keep stitching on new creatures.
Ksenia, in her strangely motherly way, keeps picking off all the carrion and trying to clean it up.
Picks off the worst of it, yeah.
Yeah. But Lord, she cannot keep up with this girl. If she could talk, she'd tell you all about it.
Her eyes say it all. Well, you two have come to a point in the trail where you're not sure which way is a hunting track and which way is the actual trail, and you disagree on which way to go.
Do we know which cardinal direction we're supposed to be going? Because I do have a compass.
If you have a compass, you gain a +2 to that survival check.
Oh, so that would have been 15 then.
Oh no, sorry. Without a compass, you take a -2.
Okay, so just 13 then.
Yeah. So yeah, based on the compass and your best guesstimate, you should go right. Dasha, you're pretty sure it's left, but you haven't wandered into this town from this direction too many times yet, so Ksenia is looking at you both amused, as if she's not going to help you until you need her to. She likes to let you get a bit lost before she puts you on the right path.
Oh,
Pardon.
absolutely. It's a little entertaining for her, I think.
Certainly.
Sort of like a benign sadism. No, let's ask Ksenia to fly ahead and look.
Ksenia will bow her head as if, fine, I'll do it. And she'll fly off to the right.
Don't look at me like that. You're the obvious choice for an aerial scout.
There's a distant cawing. I think your headset battery is going out already.
Restart it.
Oh, it just needs a restart. Gotta shake out all the dead pixels.
All right, I actually have to take my earbuds out and step away from my phone for just 1 second. I will be right back.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I think that would be actually be a good time for a little hiatus. Bird should be back in 6 minutes or so.
Understood.
Is this better?
Yes, much better.
Sip off, eh?
I had to step away for a few minutes, and Bird should be arriving soon. So I'm taking a little break.
Ah, perfect.
Snack them or smoke them or stack them if you got them. Smack them? Yes.
Shellac 'em.
All of the above. Shellac 'em.
Shellac them if you got them. Shellac them if you lack them?
I'm not crack-a-lackin'.
I did a job where we were doing shellac when I was a house painter,
Oh, God.
and fucking, it was balls hot, and so neither Vaughn nor I wanted to wear our respirators.
Oh, no.
And so Vaughn was like on one side of the house doing fucking shellac. I mean, there was an open window above him, but still, that technically just makes the fumes go like straight lined into your face because of airflow.
Yep. Woo.
And
Talking
then
about
I was
Bizzle's shellacking job.
And then I was painting with oil paint in a bathroom that also, because it was dick hot, I was only using a ventilator about 20% of the time.
Oh no.
We both had to miss a week of work because we got so sick from paint fumes.
Oh
Now
God.
you know better.
Yeah.
My Dizzle learning life's lessons the hard way.
Oil paint, not a fun high. I do not get up in spray paint, like, could not be me.
Do you remember Kelso and the rubbing alcohol bottles?
Oh yeah, I definitely remember the
Our
rubbing.
friend Kelso does not like the taste of alcohol or the way it makes him feel, but he likes smelling the fumes of rubbing alcohol because he prefers that sensation.
We used to huff mad out rubbing alcohol, and then we found out that DCK and are both soluble in them. So we started huffing DCK and 3-MeO-PCP like isopropyl. It was such a janky high.
And then came the PCP rap.
Yeah.
I know we've told you this story.
Yes, I remember the legendary PCP rat.
That could be Mr. Whiskey. I take alchemy. I'm just saying.
Oh God. Oh God, Mr. Whiskers on PCP.
He already sounds a bit sinister. I wonder what would happen. He wanted to eat your friend.
Well, friend is food shaped. If not food, why food shaped?
When Bob regains his normal size, can it be established that he gets long before he gets thick? So just big, long noodle of caterpillar comes out before filling to the rest of the size?
Oh my God.
Inflating like one of those the balloons that you use for balloon animals.
Exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
I was thinking like one of those spring-loaded worms or like a can of peanuts.
Oh fuck.
Just right out the pouch.
Oh.
Oh.
Can't have another reflex save debacle on this Cliffside.
Luckily, you are in the forest now, so you're
Oh,
no
right.
longer on the cliffside.
Oh, Keegan, we almost died so many times. We kept catching and then falling and catching. I killed a bat
Oh,
with a
no.
grappling hook.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Horrifying.
I thought it would be a great idea because I could bring it close to me, but I didn't kill it on the first throw. It just went through the bat. So it fell out of the sky and drug me off the side of the cliff.
Oh no.
Your grippy
Bob,
hands did not help you then.
Bob jumped down to help me. Did it? Such a lemony snicket of events. Like,
Yeah, Bob jumped, grabbed the rope, and of course, now there's 100-pound
Let me.
bat and grippy.
Oh, that's a big bat. Also, this sounds like a series of unfortunate events meets Looney Tunes.
yeah,
Yes. That's the tagline for this series. Yes.
Happy to provide.
Yes. Yes. No, those fireworks that you like light at one end, the snake fireworks, like grow.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a good imagery
Yeah.
for Wigglesworth.
And snakes sparkle.
Well, you are walking down one of the paths. We are waiting for Bird to arrive. Should be any minute now. But I think that the obvious thing for getting mildly lost in these woods in your current condition, as the sun is setting, you hear the howling of wolves.
Ooh, maybe they'll remember me.
Yeah, there's always a solid chance we run into wolves we're already friends with.
You guys are friends with wolves too?
Yeah, saved a baby. Well, a young one from a spider.
Dasha is delighted and amazed.
I try to avoid hurting anything on four legs if I can.
That seems fair. But animals never really hurt me on purpose before. I don't think I can say the same for people.
That's how I feel about it too. You know, we just wanted to live a quiet, cozy little life in our tower. You know,
Yeah,
people could have come, stayed, could have had friends.
sounds nice. Yeah,
You
after
will
my
one
mom
day.
died, Senya brought me to the woods because she thought I would be safer there.
Smart bird.
Yeah. It worked for a while, but I got a little too sure of myself.
Uh,
And that's how the bandits got me.
Senya, when she speaks to you, she does so in a calm, motherly voice, perhaps grandmotherly, but you can never quite tell if it's in your head. You always hear it coming from her direction, and she's looking at you when she talks, but her beak does not move. She says, "Hide if you can, but I don't think we can." And then we'll take a quick break because Bird just got home. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Nick.
Dizzle.
Yeah.
Do you want a preemptive cast of Runic Body on you? Or are we going to try and diplomat our way out of this? Because I've got one for the day.
I was gonna say maybe light torches and hand them out amongst us, but if we do have to fight, like it would be much better to. How long does that last?
Runic Body? Let me check.
Yeah.
Pathfinder 2e Runic Body. Thank you, Archive of Nethys. It looks like it lasts 1 minute, so I'll do it when we become attacked.
Sick. And maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be the same wolf.
That would be very pleasant.
Well, if you're friends with some wolves, maybe they know the wolves you're friends with. You could try name dropping.
Sorry, I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute.
Oh boy, there's so many spell shaping feats. Holy shit.
Yeah, I have never used this system before, so today is my first time trying it out.
Yeah,
And I would love to take it.
I've played a lot of first edition, but this is very different. This reminds me almost more of fourth edition D&D than it does.
Okay, I've never played 4th edition. I've only played 5 and 3.5, so
I started playing
all new.
fourth edition in middle school, because that was what
Okay.
was new, fresh, and out at the time, and I played in a campaign that one of my teachers ran. It was interesting, but it was, from my perspective, it was too much like World of Warcraft with how the combat went. But as time has
Yeah.
gone on, I've changed my opinions on it. But it was definitely very different from a normal D&D. I will be right back.
Okay, no problem.
I'm very slightly regretting my choice to play a wizard, just because wizards are already a difficult class when you know a system, and I was hoping I'd know this system better than I do.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the idea I had initially when Laundry said, "Oh, new characters," I'm like, "Okay, I've got one. A child, a child warlock who thinks their patron is their imaginary friend."
That's a
And then
great
I was
idea.
given Baba, right? And then I was given Baba Yaga as an option for my patron, and I'm like, "Hold up, let's modify this." So that was how I ended up with a child patron, or a child with a patron that they don't understand and have no idea what they're doing and have no idea what they're doing with it.
Yeah, this whole character sprung from just the pun, a hedge wizard.
I
The pun happened,
like it.
and it was sold from there. It had to happen once I realized hedge wizard.
Dizzle's character is named Grippy Sox, for God's
I
sake.
love that. I'm
I
pretty sure they were
know. Dizzle
supposed to
told me
be a
about them a
girl.
few weeks ago, and I was so excited. Oh, that's great. I mentioned that they're a follower of Sequoia. I'm like, oh, that's so good. And I'm so glad I was able to join y'all for a game.
I'm glad you are back.
I'm glad
Me
you're back too.
too.
Bird will be very excited once Bird joins the call. Bird just got their ID with their name on it, so I'm going to congratulate them on that.
That's so exciting.
So what's your workplace that's on strike?
My bar, Ruby Room, the one I was so excited about, the one that changed owners and everything seemed like it was going to be great. And it all just fell apart. And just saw everything. We started talking to each other and we saw the violence inherent in the system. And, we felt like we were in a place where we couldn't not do something about it.
Understandable.
And a lot has happened that has harmed our strike and the PR department, unfortunately, because of the actions of one of our members that I don't really sign off on. Long story that I'm not going to get into. There's been some friction within the industry about it, as there often is with labor actions. This one's had some ripple effects that we weren't really expecting, but
You know what? As long as
I decided to just put all of that aside and stay focused on the legal action that I'm taking, because that is our path to success. That is where we really have accountability in this situation and where we actually stand to make some meaningful wins. So I'm just letting everybody do whatever they're going to do and staying in my lane.
that's an important place to know how to stay.
I think it's a really good strategy. It's definitely playing the long game, and it's really frustrating, and it's going to take a long time. I fortunately am at a place in my life where I've had some support from a friend that has allowed me to take a little bit of extra time off and not really feel as pressured to work, which has been awesome. I fucking needed some time off.
Ideal.
But also, yeah, this whole strike, like, it's been 3 fucking months of this, my friend. And it feels like an eternity.
I bet. How is the business doing?
This is
You haven't been on strike?
not great as far as I know. I know they're hiring scabs and like trying, and they've been like making all these changes to the bar to try to get people to come in. But a lot of our regulars have continued to refuse to cross the picket line. They've seen us out in public and been like, "Oh, I missed it when you worked there. You guys made that place what it was. You guys ran that place. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there now." And I'm like, okay, it's reassuring to hear that from people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's, I would never dream of breaking my own strike. I'm definitely not going back to work until there's like an official ruling that says I have to, but I don't know. I'm holding out.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Hooray!
Hello.
Hey, Bird. Congrats on the ID.
Oh, thanks. Hi, Tegan.
Hi, I missed you.
I missed you too so fucking much.
It's good to be back. You're gonna love my new character.
Oh, I am absolutely sure.
Yes. Yes. So
I made a good one.
we have yet to decide what happens to characters whose players are absent, as you do not have a lamp. And I decided that the spell that was used to awaken and anthropomorphize creatures is imperfect. It has always been imperfect and currently still is. With each iteration, it's gotten a bit better, but occasionally you will just turn back into a caterpillar.
Brutal.
You
Grippy
reawaken.
would turn into a frog.
Mr.
It's been specifically requested that you transform back into your form length first.
What?
So you just become
Like a
long
balloon animal.
caterpillar, like a balloon animal, or like one of those snake fireworks. But you spill up and out of of Doctor Thrace's familiar pouch. It is sunset in the middle of the woods. There is howling. There is Bartholomew with a cart and all your stuff. There is Dad and Mom and a child.
A feral elf child.
What is your feral elf child wearing?
A hooded cloak made out of dead animals found in the wood.
Roadkill cloak.
Various fur.
It is a
That's
roadkill cloak.
Karen
So just
cloak.
Wolf from Kipo.
With a fox for the
No,
head.
it's a coyote on
Oh, yeah.
top of the hood with rabbit ears sewn onto it.
Ideal. Do the rabbit ears stand up when you're wearing the hood? Please say yes.
Let's see. I wanted them to be like big hair ears. I think it would be hard to make them stand up with just the stitching alone. So they probably fall to the side and bounce around when she walks.
Yeah.
Good point.
She smells like carrion. If she were human,
these
she'd
are
be about 11
untanned
years
skins.
old.
She looks at the
And she has a pet. She has
Sorry, go
what
ahead.
she thinks is a pet raven, but it's actually her familiar, and her patron is Baba Yaga.
That is fucking beautiful.
It's great. In Pathfinder, they don't actually have a warlock class. They have witch, which
Yes.
I see what they did there. But they similarly have a patron, but their patron acts quite directly through their familiar. There is an animal or spirit or something that follows them around and acts as a spell book. It's got 10 cant and 5 first level spells that it just knows that it can grant as prepared spells. But yes, carrion child, because these are untanned skins. This is not the 11-year-old does not know how to tan.
Yeah, which is
Not yet.
actually one of the Pathfinder class. I was putting together a campaign for my roommates after a couple others that was working on. That was, everybody was going to play a witch,
Yes,
That's
play
beautiful.
the coven.
just a magical girl squad.
I played in that game once. It did not go well because we didn't figure out whose magical girl powers would be based on what. So I was the law magical girl and somebody else was the chaos magical girl, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I've been to that orgy.
My God.
We were dating for a while after
Aw.
that, so not incorrect.
Yeah, I played in one of the 3.5 modules is set in the realm of Faerun, and the entry to the rest of the quest is that Drow have been doing raiding parties on the. I was playing a knight. We had a DMC of a scout, and then we had a paladin of Ilmater. Alex decided he wanted to play a drow necromancer and approach our party after we were just attacked by undead that had nothing to do with it.
Oh god.
He almost immediately had to re-roll his character. Like, yeah. And we gave him all of that information previously. Like, he made that as a conscious decision after being given all of the facts.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Are we about to die?
I don't think so.
Maybe
I've
not.
got a full accompaniment of spells, and these may be the wolves we're already friends with.
And I was going to grab a couple of torches out of the thing. We have 4 more, and so I was going to take 2 out, hand 1 to Dasha, and then hold 1 myself. Kind of get out and take my one-handed fighting stance.
And the child?
Just stay
I'm
behind me.
Dasha.
You'll be safe. Oh, this is Dasha.
Hello. And Bob will hold up
Dasha
2 of his
smiles.
hands.
Her grin is Dasha smiles, maybe a little too wide. She's been feral for a few. She's been orphaned for a few months now and has become completely feral.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
reverted to a wild state immediately.
Love it.
She's having a great time.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I read that in middle school.
I had
Yes.
Busy listen to it on Audible. She fucking hated it and bitched about it the whole time.
What?
Oh my
The girl who
god.
loved Tom Gordon. It's a Stephen King book about a girl who gets lost in the woods.
It's not his best.
It's not his best, but I fucking love that book.
But I could definitely see that as a very parallel character to this one.
Yeah, that's just if she didn't get saved.
Yep. Well, perception checks, everybody.
See. What is my perception bonus if I get one?
Are in the upper. I'm looking. Perception is next to speed on the middle right of your character sheet. It's a +4.
Gotcha.
13.
+4. Got it. 13.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Can I use hero point to re-roll initiative?
Yeah.
Did you
I
recharge
will
a
do
hero
that.
point at the start of the game?
I
Yes,
did.
everybody gains 1 hero point at the start of game. That's up in the upper right hand corner. It's a reroll. You gain 1 every session, and so they can be banked up to 3.
What did our XP go up to? Because I'm at 250.
300
330.
something.
330. Okay. I knew it had gone up.
Go ahead and set your XP at 330. Dasha?
Huh?
Set your XP at 330. You've got 330 XP just from your travels through the woods and stuff,
Okay.
putting you with the rest of the party.
All right. Thanks.
Then,
My re-roll at 25.
Aw,
Nice.
reroll
nice.
beat me. I got a 21.
Aw.
Uh,
I was feeling so fast.
Sucking on.
Oh my god,
You know that
please,
hedgehog
please,
run
please
15
make Doctor
kilometers a night?
Make Dr. Thrayce do what?
be super, super speedy.
That
my
would
God.
be funny as a hedgehog.
Needs the haste spell, absolutely.
Yes.
I'll look at the spell list and figure out what they renamed haste to.
So the hedgehog's gotta go fast thing is because they literally do. They like for their
No, they are
continued
very
mental
fast.
health, they have to run like 15 kilometers a night. But the other thing is that they shit while they run.
Yep.
And
They
so
call
my
that
they
God.
golden rings.
yeah, they just run on a wheel all night that flings shit in every possible direction. So just every day you own a hedgehog is a day that you have to like scrub a shit covered creature that is so happy to be covered in his own feces.
Well, they've been known to get turpentine in their mouths and then lick it on their quills. And no one really knows why they do it other than it makes them taste bad. And that's why they think they're doing it.
Fucking brilliant.
Fantastic.
Haste is still called haste. Thank goodness.
Oh,
But it's a
sick.
3rd level spell now, so it'll be a bit.
7. Wonderful. 14. So initiative is basically just perception checks now. So Grippy, you spot the wolves first, coming out of the forest. One in front, and one behind near Bartholomew.
You said one in the front and one near Bartholomew.
Yes.
Can I attempt a nature check?
Go for it. You are attempting to command animal.
Yeah. 16. Gesturing at it with the torch and being like, get where I can see ya. Adopting a weird, gruff tone.
You
Wait a minute.
automatically fail if the animal is hostile or unfriendly to you.
Well, second option, I yeet the torch at its head.
Yeah, you kind of just Nat 20, oh god.
Donk!
Uh,
I have a perfect record with improvised weapons so far. I'm actually gonna take the improvised spider feet just because it's become hilarious.
yes. Alright, roll me percentiles.
17 what?
2.
Oh wow.
67.
Oh no, just for the critical hit. Come on. Get it backwards this time, you asshole.
Just the visual, Dasha just sees this little frog go, no, stop it. And then it doesn't stop it, so then just yells bonk and throws the torch after proclaiming to be a druid.
In its face, it is temporarily blinded. Roll damage.
I assume that's probably like a D4.
Let me see. D4 bludgeoning plus 1 fire.
It's gonna roll a D8 and divide by 2. D4. 2 plus 1 for 3 points of damage total. Does it have my strength?
Yes, it's a thrown weapon.
Okay, so 2 plus 1 plus 1, so 4 damage. And do I double that because crit?
Yep.
Oh, so 8 damage.
8 damage as you hit it full in the face.
Bonk! And then, is there a position to where I could move while still keeping myself close to Bartholomew? Like maybe in front of him, but like far, or like without getting the one wolf like entirely behind me, like the one that's at front. Like, how far away is the one at front and the one close to Bartholomew? So I guess question.
The ones coming out of the forest, maybe 5 feet from Barth, they are flanking you, so you can't get to both of them. And you can't threaten both of them. I'm not sure what exactly you're asking.
Yeah, I
All
wouldn't be able
relative.
to threaten them, but at least be within like, if I was to move like pretty much directly in front of Bartholomew, to where I'd be able to move to either one with a single action.
Yeah, you probably get an attack of opportunity, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll go for it. Yeah, so I want to move to pretty much right in front of Bartholomew, so I can protect and maybe attack. But I'm on protect and come and get me duty. Protect and provoke. That's what.
Okay. I'm just checking imprecise senses.
Yeah, those are a weird rule set. I'm not sure how I feel about imprecise senses.
Creature hidden from hard to know.
Oh, my second attack actually only takes a -4 instead of -5
Wow.
as part of yeah. And then my third attack gets a -8 instead of a -10, which is actually,
Yeah. Okay. So Grippy, you have attempted to command. You threw a torch and moved to put yourself between the other wolf and Bartholomew.
yeah.
Doctor Thrayce.
Fantastic. With my first action, I would like to make a recall knowledge nature check to see if I know what predates on wolves. You down with that, God?
Yeah, go for it.
19 plus 5 is 24.
Roll. Really, as far as mundane creatures, wolves are an apex predator. Nothing
Troll is
hunts them
exactly
except
a
for
good
humans.
That's a good point. Then I would like to use my second action to cast Shield, the cantrip, so that I have some more AC. And then, oh wait, no, Figment costs 2, so no Shield, but I'd like to then cast the cantrip Figment, and just in the woods nearish by, I would like the sound of galloping horses. They can disbelieve how. I'm not sure how disbelieving an illusion works at the moment. I'm trying to figure that out. But it won't even tell me what you're doing saves against. Just that my DC is 17.
Yeah, it would be a will save against DC 17.
So yeah, the sound of galloping horses, maybe up the road from the other direction is better than from the woods. But it's just the sound of people approaching.
Yeah. Making a will save. Make me an intimidate check. Gain +2 from the sound effects.
Oh no. I'm going to use a hero point to reroll this 3. Okay. 17.
That beats its will DC. It is demoralized by 1. All right. And that was your 3 actions.
Correct.
All right. Next up, who's got a higher dex?
Between
Between-
who knew?
Got plus between Wigglesworth and Dasha. +2. That's what Wigglesworth has. Checking Dasha. +3. Dasha, you
Yes.
are up first.
Okay, we're fighting wolves.
Yes, you can see 2 of them.
Okay. I would wait. Oh, are we doing diplomacy?
No, it is failed.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's see. I have a move called. Sorry, all of this is so new to me, so I'm
Uh-huh.
going back to what I sent
It's
you
all good.
earlier. Picked my spells. Write them down here. Oh yeah, Scorching Blast. That's what I thought. Or wait, no, I also have I also have Grim Tendrils. That's a nice spooky one.
Kawaii desu.
Do you want to spook your new friends or show them the blazing power of fire?
Wait, I thought you said diplomacy failed and we're fighting them. You said
No,
friends.
oh,
What
yeah.
do you?
The
Us,
tendrils
your
do
new
void
animal.
damage.
What are
They're
we
not
doing?
just spooky.
Sorry, what?
The tendrils do void damage. They're not just spooky.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hold off on those. I guess if failed, we can at least start with fear.
Hell
I
yeah.
have that is one of my cantrips.
What's it called?
Fear
Fear.
That's a cantrip now? Nuts.
for me.
Brutal.
All right. Fear. Frighten a foe, possibly making it flee. It must attempt a will save against
Oh man,
your.
do it to the one I've already frightened. Get double spooked.
It's the one in front.
Get spooky ookied, kid.
Just checking real quick. Class DC is 17. So it's got a will DC 17. Rolling. 15 plus 5. We got 22. All right. Success. The target is frightened with 1. Penalty equal to this value, and I'll check some DCs.
So it's
Yeah,
frightened and
stats.
intimidated?
It's now It's now essentially frightened 2.
Nice.
Yay.
Wonderful. And that is 2 actions. So Pathfinder 2nd edition, this system is based around a 3-action economy. You've got 3 actions. You can use an action to move, you can use an action to attack. There's also a long list of other different things that you can do with an action, like intimidate or throw something. Honestly, I'm still getting my head around the full list of things that you can do. There is a list on the Wanderer's Guide. I seem to have lost that already.
We've got 1 action left to spend, yeah?
Yes.
Luckily,
Just
there's a nice
trying
little thing
to
that lets you
think.
filter by how many actions it takes. Who'd we just lose? Whoever it
Sorry,
was
did
there.
not mean to hang
No
up.
one?
So
Oh.
good.
Gotcha. Under the Wanderer's Guide, skills, the skills and actions tab. That's got a bunch of basic actions and stuff. I've got it pulled up here, so let's see.
What do your
You could
physical
attempt
stats look like? Well, you're a baby, so probably not great.
You could attempt to demoralize it by trying to intimidate it. You could feint using deception. You could hide
Or yeet a torch.
or yeet a torch. Yeah.
All right, hey
Or
y'all.
you-
I just looked at the clock. I've got to take Balder for a walk before I leave for the night.
Yep.
I will see y'all here next week, though.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Can't
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Love you much.
Likewise. I love you all so much.
Love
So good to
you.
hear
Talk to you
from
soon.
Yes.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
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 The child will dissolve into a column of mist that of black smoke that swirls into the raven's mouth as it inhales and puffs itself up and then takes flight.
Grippy's gonna there. Yeah.
Which I will. That's how I'll run that one disappearing.
What the fuck?
Baba Yaga says, "Nope, nope. I'm yanking you for a little bit."
I mean,
Which
she
puts us
was told to hide if she could.
Yep, was told to hide, and was definitely a valid action to take. Hid really well, inside the Raven. It is now Mr. Wigglesworth's turn.
Give me just a second.
Just a second. Womble bamble bimble bomb.
There is way less ravioli in there than when I looked in. Where's my throw a guidance on Dr. Mom and throw a forbidding ward on Psych Ward Dad. And that's my 3.
Dr. Mom and Psych Ward Dad.
Targeting the wolf that's like super demoralized, or the one that I blinded with a torch.
Oh no, it's Psych Ward Dad would be you. Attack.
No,
Okay.
which one am I protecting
Yeah,
him
Oh,
from?
protecting you from. Okay.
Which one do you think would be more useful to protect you from?
Probably the less damaged one.
Then I will do that.
Yeah, so the frightened one. Yeah.
The one that's coming up out to attack Bartholomew from the side. Reconsiders seeing how big Bartholomew is and makes a lunge for the smaller and less protected, or at
I
least
think-
less long-legged Doctor Thrayce.
It's my turn?
No, it's attack. No, I suppose Grippy got between you, so it's attacking Grippy.
You fucked up, sir.
What's your AC?
18.
Which wolf is it?
19. With the
Against
bonus.
that one, 19. Yes. All right, then it doesn't manage to crit you, but it does hit you. 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus knockdown. Attempts to rip you.
That like against my class DC.
I am looking.
Woo? What's this?
Athletics check against the target's reflex DC, which is your reflex save modifier plus 10.
Ready? 18.
17.
Monks get really good saves.
Well, it
Right.
rolled a 2 plus not enough.
Bless.
Its first strike does connect for d6 plus 2 damage, which
Ouchie.
is 7.
Ouchie.
And then it is going to try to bite you a second time. 12 plus 4 is 16, will not hit.
Rude little buggers.
Um, and then it's just going to attempt to trip you again. Trying to get you off your feet and not working. And then Blinded Wolf has the scent ability. So it essentially knows what square you're in.
Good thing we're tiny.
Size 13. Okay. It is going to lunge at the smelliest thing it can smell. The closest smelly thing is probably going to be Wigglesworth. What's Wigglesworth's AC?
What?
Straight up. It misses.
Oh god!
It's going to try to snap at you again. That one at least is headed in the right direction. Now the attack roll. That will hit for d6 plus 2 and a trip attempt. What's your reflex save?
5.
5, so your DC 15. Takes 6 damage from the bite.
Mhm.
And 14 plus its athletics of 6. It does manage to trip you.
Do you have a pencil? Oh, no, I do have one.
And from off guard, take a -2 search penalty with attack rooms. Or -2 circumstance penalty to AC. Grapple. What's your fortitude save?
5.
5. All right. Athletics check against your fortitude DC. Rude. 15 plus 6. Target is grabbed until the end of the turn unless you move or your target escapes. The wolf knocks you to the ground and has you in its jaws.
Okay.
And then it is Grippy's turn. You are muted. And or AFK. Oh, there we
Grippy
go.
Sox.
So, since I'm small, would I be able to move through Bartholomew Square to attack directly to the wolf? I'm sure I'd still attack of opportunity, but
No, Bartholomew is not exactly standing still. Very spooked by wolves. Not very happy about being attached to a cart at this particular point. You can try,
Okay.
but you risk taking an attack of opportunity from Bartholomew as well.
well, then I think I'll try risking the single attack of opportunity and go for a high jump over Bartholomew.
All right.
Oh, wait, you stride then attempt a DC 30 athletics jump check to jump vertically. If you didn't stride at least 10 feet, you automatically fail. DC might be increased or decreased due to the situation. A success is only 5 feet up and 5 feet horizontally on a DC 30 check?
That's gotta be a
Wow.
fucking typo.
That's gotta be wrong. That
I mean, 5 feet is high for a person
Yeah.
to be leaping.
that is true. I'm a frog.
Yeah, you are a frog. There should be something about, hey, frogs are good at jumping.
Then
Like-
I will allow you as frog, as I've given Doctor Thrayce the quill armor in niche situations. I will say that you can perform a high jump without a running start
Sick. So
because you are
also, like,
frog, and it's
my
a DC
crane
20.
okay, hell yeah. So my crane stance is I can't use my crane stance currently because of my own personal rules, but I do train hella on high jumps because the crane stance gives a bonus to high and long jump by 5 feet or 2 feet vertical.
Okay.
15. Donk.
Yeah. Let's see. A vertical leap normally gets you 3 feet vertically and 5 feet horizontally onto an elevated surface. So you are scrambling up onto the back of Bartholomew when you meant to jump over him. There a ride skill to not get thrown.
I presume it's not called ride. It may just be one of the skills, because there are definitely things that were separate skills in the old games that are now just something you can do modifiably. Ride.
Yeah.
Basic action. Let's stride.
Not seeing it.
Mount is an action.
Okay, there's definitely... Okay, so it's command an animal.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, I will give it's. I have had to math this out via a feat, so I do want to run the logic past you before we run on it. But the ride feat says when you command an animal you're mounted to take a move action, you automatically succeed instead of needing to attempt a check. So that leads me to believe you need to make
Yes.
the command an animal check.
Yes. So I'm going to rule it as you are going to take an attack of opportunity unless you use one action to successfully command your horse not to hit you.
I really have a plan for those other 2 actions, so I'll take the attack of opportunity. I want to elbow drop the wolf. You know, turn your flaws into features.
Uh,
I call this rock style.
I can't really smell what the rock is cooking. Can you turn it up?
We're gonna turn it up. We're gonna turn up what the rock's cooking.
But unfortunately, yeet is not an action. But
Shit.
Grippy learned this move from a man named the Boulder that fought in the backyard alleyways in town.
The boulders.
what is your reflex DC?
That would be
Didn't quite hear that.
818.
1-8. Okay. All right. It's got athletics check bonus of +9.
Doable.
Oh, rolled an 18
Oh,
+9.
the Boulder is.
That is a critical hit. That is a critical yeet.
Wait, 18 plus 9 be 27, right?
Yeah. You said that your DC was 27 or your DC was 17?
18.
Oh, 18. Okay, so just barely not a crit.
Oh, thank God. Still fuck, but
Target falls and lands prone.
I
So
still make
didn't
it
hurt you, but did throw you off of it.
Ah,
While you're prone, the only move actions you can take are crawl and stand, both of which take an action.
well, then I guess I will stand. Can't do. Oh no, I have to be standing to tumble.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I will stand. But it's already made its reaction, so I guess that's the thing.
Okay. And you have one action left.
Flurry of blows. First one is.
You landed more than 5 feet away from it.
Oh.
You can either close or you can throw something. Or
Throw
attempt to
things
demoralize
I
it.
can close on you safely.
I'll throw a javelin at it. Do you want me to use the same roll, or do you want me to re-roll?
Sorry, just a moment. No, because I think it's going to take an action to draw the javelin.
Oh.
You can throw a rock.
Yeah, I'll chuck a rock at its head. Big dumb
Throw a
wolf.
rock is specifically one action.
Important. What kind of D&D
So-
game are you having without throwing rocks?
Does that count as a trained or untrained attack?
I would say it is untrained. Ranged rock strike. Base of D6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's the same damage as a javelin.
Jesus.
Brutal.
Oh no, that's an arboreal sapling.
20
Right.
total.
Why would you buy javelins then?
It's a
I
creature
mean, I guess there's not
ability.
always a
Okay.
rock around.
It's a creature ability. Okay. I'm gonna say it's a D4.
That makes sense. That's what I was thinking. Or 16 if we're using my first roll when I thought I was throwing a javelin. But I
All right.
did the same bonus.
Yep. 16. Its AC is 15.
Aha! Donked with rock. You will rue the day that you stepped to Grippy Sox. Max damage. So 5 points of damage.
Oh
Yeet
god.
the rock at its fucking head. Bad
Donk.
dog.
Oh god. It is
Grippy
in the
Sox is
yellow,
just
certainly.
a lot.
Bad
World's
dog,
worst
bad. And then it is Dr. Thrace's turn.
Fantastic. I would like to take a movement action to get within touch range of my good friend Grippy Sox.
Wonderful. Doable.
Fantastic. Then I would like to cast Runic Body by putting my hands on Grippy's shoulders and going, "Fuck him up, Grippy." So- For 1 minute, you get to add a die to your unarmed attacks, and get a +1 to attack rolls with your unarmed attacks.
Also, Grippy starts singing Eye of the Tiger.
Yes.
Or something close to but legally distinct from.
Was that 2 actions or 1?
Runic Body is 2, moving to Grippy was 1, for a total of 3.
All right. Then it is Wigglesworth.
Um,
There are 2 wolves. Oh no, battery low. You are in the jaws of the blinded wolf.
mhm. Can I cast Sanctuary on myself?
Yeah, let me see.
Use the ancient family technique, son. Stick your thumbs in his eyes.
Oh god. Um,
Psych ward dad.
Yep. Yep.
yeah. It's insane. Held in place by immobilized condition. Okay, I don't see any reason why. As they just we cast a spell action, not the move trait. I don't think so. Wonderful. Then Sanctuary.
Perfect.
I need to swap headphones because mine is yelling at me that it's out of battery.
I wonder if it takes a feat to suplex something, you know?
Headphone.
I need to go to the bathroom anyway.
I'm pretty sure you can still heal while in the confines of Sanctuary. Double checking.
I remember the first edition rules on Sanctuary were very hot and loose, so let's see if they've cleaned those up.
Creatures attempting to attack the target must attempt a will save each time. If the target uses a hostile action, the spell ends.
Oh, they have a definition for hostile action. A hostile action is one that can harm or damage another creature, whether directly or indirectly, but not one that that creature is unaware could cause harm. For instance, casting a fireball into a crowd would be a hostile action, but opening a door and accidentally freeing a horrible monster wouldn't be. The GM is the final arbiter of what is a hostile action.
Because technically you could cast Fireball with first edition Sanctuary.
You're not targeting your creature.
You're not targeting your
Or if
creature,
you were
have
given
fire.
a spell trigger item unknowingly that exploded with a fireball when it hit the ground, and somebody was like, throw the necklace, and you were like, okay, throw necklace, explode. It's a lot of hoops to jump through.
Yes. It is going to have to make a will see in order to attack. Okay. And then escape. Attempt a check using your unarmed attack modifier against the DC of the effect. Typically the athletics DC of a creature grabbing. So the DC 16.
Did I disconnect? Is that what's going on?
No, we're just waiting on her to get back to the restroom.
Oh, okay. I heard someone disconnect, and I'm like, oh man, it's just been quiet because
Oh
I'm
no.
not connected.
It looks like Dizzle disconnected.
Oh, I should mark that I cast that Runic Body. Cast spell. Have you looked at the rituals at all?
No. No.
It's a whole space on the wizard character sheet, so I'm thinking about looking at them, seeing if there's
Yeah.
anything worth grabbing.
I always love the idea.
Mm-hmm.
More powerful effects that you just can't do in combat. That's how I figured the wizards did all the really cool shit that there isn't like an explicit spell for.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right. So You have cast Sanctuary on yourself. The wolf is unable to harm you.
Wonderful.
You have one action left. You'd like to make the escape action.
Yes.
All right, make me an unarmed attack roll.
Is that my strength modifier?
I believe so.
13.
Welcome back.
Yay!
Sorry about that, y'all. I didn't realize that I was disconnected. I thought that people were just AFK or something.
Well, Bird
I
was
thought
AFK for a little bit.
I thought the same thing had happened when you disconnected. I thought I the one who was disconnected.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just looking over monk features and I was like, wow, monks get magic weapon strikes at 3rd level. That's really cool. And nobody responded. And I was like, that's like the 3rd thing I've said that nobody's responded to. I should check something real quick.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So it looks like almost all characters start out trained in unarmed attacks. So it's not just your strength modifier, but you are considered trained in it as well.
So you get your class.
Which add the class level to, which will only bring it up to 14. You cannot quite wiggle your way out of its mouth. It's not hurting you. It hasn't dropped you. It is now its turn. It is going to attempt to bite you and then realize that it can't. Your class DC?
17.
17. Its will is +5. It just barely makes it. Attempt its attack and any other attacks against the target this turn. And it is going to attempt to restrain you. What's in the same vein? It rolled a 2. You are an unwieldy thing as trying to pick you up and failing. It's gonna try a second time. Rolls another 2. It fails for a second time to pick you up.
Wiggliest of wiggle.
You are just too wiggly.
Hey, you think a man gets a name like Wigglesworth by not being able to wiggle for all he's worth?
It really can't do much else. It's gonna try one more time. It rolled a 1. It drops you.
Wonderful.
If you already had the target grabbed or restrained, it breaks free. Well, it's its turn. Grippy, you're up.
All right. I'm going to give a thumbs up to Doctor Thrayce as do I see Wigglesworth get dropped?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to run up to the other wolf because that one still hasn't been damaged and hit it with a flurry of blows. The 2-piece special, as it were.
You are running right in front of a rearing startled horse. Either command action or attack of opportunity.
Command action.
Make me a command an animal roll.
9.
Wonderful. 19. Then you manage to woe the horse enough to get around Bartholomew and into striking range. You have one more action left.
Flurry of blows.
Smack, smack.
2-piece special. The McDouble. Behind the beer. All right. First one's.
Remember, you're +1 to hit.
So that is 7.
That'll
No,
hit.
that is 19.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. And second one going at 3 to hit on 15.
15. 15. That might in fact be its AC. Its AC is 15.
Haha! 2-piece with the sauce.
Double
First
barrel
one's
at the gun show.
damage. Second one's for 3 damage. So 7
How much
damage
was the first
total.
one? Oh, 7 damage.
And that was with doubling the dice, right?
Oh, no, that was not. So that would mean my first strike was for
7.
-1, 6. Because it would have,
Yeah.
Otherwise that would be double strength modifier. So first one is 6, second one is 3 plus 3, so 6 plus 7, so 13 total.
Nice.
Less.
It's in the yellows.
No need to fear. I am here.
And then Dr. Thrace. There is a blinded wolf looking down confusedly having dropped Mr. Wigglesworth, who's surrounded in a halo of glowing white light. and Grippy on the other side of Bartholomew doing combat with the other wolf.
I would like to move up to the blinded wolf and say, "Leave Wigglesworth alone!" and cast Electric Arc.
Woo!
Is the other wolf within the 30 feet range of Electric Arc?
Yes, it is.
Will it hit my horse if I cast it? It doesn't say that there's anything like that in the rules. It's just an arc of lightning leaps from one target to another.
Yeah, it's going to be a 50-50 shot whether Grippy's in the way or Bartholomew's in the way.
I can take it. I'm speedy.
Yeah, but I don't want to risk hitting the horse. I'll just focus the one that's chewing on my child. Or trying to, at least. 1 DC 17 reflex save.
DC 17 reflex save. It is one of its batter stats. +9. 2 + 9 does not help.
It doesn't. That means it takes... I'm looking for another D4. There we go. What? Yeah, that's 7. 7 damage.
Nice. It is singed and smoking and letting out just a pained whine. Then it is Wigglesworth's turn.
Okay.
The blinded wolf has dropped. Dr. Thrayce has just electrocuted it, mostly to death.
Cool. Move on myself because I do not have much health left.
Still target pulse them against mental attacks. D10 +4 hit points. Brace target's mind, boosting its mental defenses and healing wounds.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Gains a +2 stat bonus against mental effects for the duration.
That's nice. And then I am also going to cast shield on myself. Which I believe is just +1 to AC.
Yes. All right. And then it is the wolf's turn. The wolves are going to flee. The one you just hit is in the red and is blinded. It is trying to flee, but not very
Gonna
well.
let him.
The next would be Grippy, so
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I won't use my reaction to stop it or anything like that. It wants to flee into the woods. You know. Tell your friend. I'll yell after them.
you hear one of them shout back, "No hablo inglés."
Pero yo sé español!
Sí, por favor. And they back into the woods. You are left in the post sunset gloom with just the one torch on the ground at this point, lit, but the wolves are gone.
We should set up camp maybe.
I was held in the jaws of death.
We should
Do you
give
have any more
Wigglesworth
healing
one of
for
the
your-
potions.
Yeah.
No, I only need 6 left. But I'll be okay if we sleep.
Well, we get very little health back on it. I can.
No, I've
first
only got
aid.
6 left to heal. I'm at 10 out of 16.
In the yellow. Everybody
Yep.
gain, I count that as 3 players for most of the fight. Everybody gain 80 XP.
Understood. That puts us
Or
at
10. Bought something
We're
today
almost
that was
halfway.
$66.99. I was very happy.
Nice. Double nice. Setting up camp, starting the fire, to mark off another day's rations. I'm not sure if Mr. Wigglesworth is having trouble sleeping or is sleeping quite soundly after all the activity.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take a literal exhaustion for Wigglesworth to sleep tonight.
You may rest with me, Wigglesworth.
Okay.
You eat grubs! Wigglesworth his face has turned a different color. His entire head is a shade of red that you have not seen yet.
I wouldn't eat you.
You were a grub for the day.
I also eat grubs.
Wigglesworth's eyes just go wide.
Wigglesworth, you have also eaten a grub.
What?
It's the
Excuse me.
circle of life.
No, it's not. What?
Cannibalism is not the circle of life. It's doing donuts.
Pajama pink.
We
Pink
wouldn't feed
pajama.
you the same
and the
exact kind of grub. That would be weird.
Yeah, no. Like I wouldn't eat a frog person, but like frogs
Would you eat
smaller
a frog?
frogs. Yeah, frogs eat smaller frogs all the time. If we
I
can't
would not
find
you
eat
eat
a
a hedgehog.
hedgehog, but that is because we would be bad food. We are covered in spikes.
and turpentine apparently.
It's just a bad idea to try and eat a hedgehog. I say flexing my quills.
I
I would eat a frog.
I think I'm going to go lay down by myself for a little bit.
Okie doke, Wigglesworth. And Dr. Thrayce goes back to the spell book.
Raising a kid is hard.
It really is, but we're doing our best.
I think that's
Yes.
really count.
Ksenia the Raven will land on the top of the cart next to Dr. Thrace and Grippy and will caw in approval at the parenting is hard.
See, you get it.
Would she be able to potentially watch for us?
Potentially, but how far do you trust her? How far do you trust that she's...
Not going to eat me in my.
Or
Yeah.
just up and leave.
We can split a
just-
watch with Mr. Whiskers. Can we re-equip the crossbow hat to Bartholomew?
Yes. It, as an improvised device, is not exactly durable.
Yeah.
You figure you can take it off and put it back on maybe one more time before it breaks.
Understood.
We must find a better fitted cross.
Need to have a professional make you a crossbow hat for your horse.
Yep, that was a sentence.
R/new sentence.
It's one of my favorite places to go when I'm bored.
So, are you asking Bartholomew and Mr. Whiskers and Ksenia here to share a watch?
Like maybe first watch would be good. That way I can get sleep and then I can stay up and take a second long watch.
I'll take last watch.
Make me a fortitude save, Mr. Wigglesworth.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is just against fun. So.
19.
19. Your fitful mind is more than capable of keeping yourself awake. You've got that nervous energy post combat that you are not used to. The adrenaline going stale. So if you're staying up, don't fall asleep like involuntarily.
Gotcha.
There's an occasional squeak or low snuffling neigh, an occasional caw as the animals talk amongst themselves.
I cannot understand them.
I can understand Mr. Whiskers. What's he saying?
If he's on first watch, you're going to bed, aren't you?
I am. You're so right. Shh.
As you are falling asleep, from what you can tell, they are attempting to negotiate the pecking order.
Only one of them is armed, so
But one of them has a literal beak. So
Hmm.
pecking order is kind of their specialty.
Can I use Drain Familiar to get Runic Body back and then cast Runic Body on Mr. Whiskers to give him an edge?
God.
And then go to bed?
How long does it last?
Just 1 minute.
Oh.
So not long at all, but it'll be a good gag.
Okay. Yeah. See, I've got the spell zombie. I'm in charge. At which point the crow caws from 3 directions at the same time.
Yep.
Bartholomew huffs and stomps a front foot. That seems to settle the issue.
Yeah, Bartholomew is literally a giant comparison.
Yeah, compared to them, he's a fucking AT-AT.
You know, speaking of giant, when you think about it, lings are designed to sling stone at what, 20, 30 miles an hour, right?
I'll look it up.
Oh, a lot higher than that.
Okay, so yeah. Is it really that impressive that David killed Goliath with a stone?
A
Absolutely
skilled
not.
slinger can
No.
throw a heavy stone or
Isn't that-
sling bullet at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's what they're designed to do is kill somebody regardless of if they're wearing a helmet by slinging a fist-sized chunk of fuck you at their head.
It's a
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah. It's just the story. It's just the most famous Nat 20 in history.
Yeah, literally just the first recorded crit. I rolled 6 nat 20s in a row one time. You don't starting about it.
Debatable whether that or Achilles came first.
Fair.
Just an unusual crit location. And drift off to sleep.
They'll figure it out. I'm sure it will come to absolutely no violence.
Mr. Wigglesworth?
Yes. I'm definitely keeping an eye on this. My parents may be geniuses, but they're not quite as smart as adults.
The animals, you can't understand anything that they're saying, but
Oh,
they
of
do seem to
course.
have lively conversations throughout the night. That raven is definitely more than it seems, and it is eerie. It's still puffed up. I'm pretty sure the child is still inside it.
That's how humans work. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. It's totally fine. That's fine. Yep.
And Mr. Whiskers will wake Dr. Thrayce up for second shift.
Ooh. How did things go? Who won?
Me, obviously.
Congratulations, and I attempt to shake his little hand.
he shakes your hand and says, "You can't speak with other animals yet, right?
Correct.
Then I definitely won."
Fantastic.
That raven's a little bitch. Awake in the middle of the woods, and there is dew on the ferns, mist curling through the undergrowth. A fairly nice morning, all things considered. You are, however, mildly lost.
That happened.
That's a problem.
You took
Now
a wrong turn somewhere back there. Are you gonna double back to it, or are you going and try the other route, or are you going to try to forge ahead from here?
Doubling back, go from person. How do you face?
I'm not against doubling back, at least far enough back that we can see the town we're going to again and reassess our directions. Have we gotten
Well,
past the river?
you would
No.
have to get. Have you gotten past the what?
The river there's a ford we
yeah.
can use instead of paying the troll toll to get into this boy's soul.
Indeed, you have not reached a river yet. You double back, hoping that you got lost sometime after this fork and not sometime before it, and take the other direction. Make me another survival check, whoever's leading the way. Fantastic. Then you get onto the main trail. You even find the cart tracks from last time.
Have we been told how to find the ford?
You were
Got
given
a
a
route.
very crude map. Basically told to head off into the forest at the right, to the right at some point before the river, and then follow the river down until it gets shallow. The ford is pretty easy to see if you're following the river.
I see. Well,
Then
we
when
continue
we
along our way, I assume.
when we
Uh,
do get relatively close to the river, could I roll an additional survival check, not for no direction, but for the track?
Yeah.
See if I need a. I think it's just reading train. Yeah, trained.
Okay. It's gonna be. What are you looking for?
Well, so I guess it would be two-part. I'd be able to do a nature check to see if I could identify hoof tracks similar to what would be similar to types I saw the bandits had, the smaller one.
Yeah.
And then I was also thinking Doctor Thrayce has the scent ability, being able to like sniff out which pathway smelled like wet.
I've only got a 30-foot range on it. 60
Right.
if we're upwind, but it's
But I think
not.
it could help us. I think it could help us eliminate false positive trails. Like if we see similar hoof prints, but there's not really. Well, I guess the scent will linger around for like days, weeks. So that would.
Well, make your track check. Survival check. Team, you are not able to find any trace of the bandits' trail into the woods, unfortunately. You can try
And
again after a 1 hour delay.
yeah, I guess with map being so rudimentary, I think that's our best bet. Try to
I'm
find.
willing to wait.
It's fairly early in the day. You have found the bridge. You managed to get around the corner to catch sight of the bridge and then double back to find the trail off of this trail. So I'm going to say that you spent the first quarter of the day searching and you did not find. Second quarter of the day up until lunchtime. What's your roll? What was the survival roll you got? 13 for the second one?
Yep. Also for
13.
the second one.
Okay. Well, you spend the rest of the morning also looking and cannot
Would
manage to
guidance
find the
work?
trail. Would
Yeah,
guidance?
I will give a guidance for the next one.
Well, at least if I roll a 7 again, it will be 14.
There you go.
Stay on the sunny side. Always on the sunny side. Stay on the sunny side of life.
Afternoon.
14.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh god.
Grabbing a different.
You could use a hero point to reroll.
I will use a hero point to re-roll.
Oh.
Heroes don't stay lost in the woods all day.
Just
Reroll
on
twice.
principle. 13.
Did you just say 13?
Oh, wait, no, that's a 9. Sorry, it's upside down. So 9 plus 7, 15.
15.
Yeah, 9 plus 7
16.
is 16. Oh my god. Oh, my heart rate just went through the fucking roof there. Oh my god.
I'm a good person.
You found it. You found what you think is the trail. You overlooked it like twice before, but you're pretty sure of the available options, this is the one. You're
Yeah.
90, 70, 65% sure.
I'm bad at math. That sounds great to me. Hey guys, I am almost positive, almost being relative term that Grippy did not entirely understand.
That this is the path.
Fantastic, Grippy.
Okay.
With the blind trust of your family, you continue into the forest. Roll me percentiles, Grippy.
49.
49. Not bad, not bad, not bad. You managed to follow the trail, this one being a bit more obvious to be used. A lot of horses coming through this particular one. And come to the river.
Oh, it does exist.
It is sunset. Do you try to ford the river before you rest, or do you rest first?
Wigglesworth is going to hit the ground once he sees the river.
What do y'all think?
Wigglesworth's already snoring.
Oh.
Did not get
I've never-
any sleep last night.
Well, we're gonna have to ride across anyways, but I think it might make to try to put a little bit more distance between us and the river, just in case the wind shifts in the night. Trolls tend to have quite a keen sense of smell.
Wigglesworth will let out a groan that lasts for at least 2 minutes.
We'll pick up Wigglesworth and carry Wigglesworth back onto Lay Wagon. I need to go accept
Wonderful.
the delivery that's pulled up out front. I will be back.
Get it.
We can put you in a bindle of comfy stuff. We'll just layer all of the winter blankets around you. You know, it'll be nice and cozy.
That's better.
Make you little.
Wigglesworth will climb into all of them and cover up all his little leggies.
We'll make you a cocoon unless that's a sensitive subject. In which case, we'll make you a blanket burrito.
Burrito, please.
I'm not ready to be an adult.
Wigglesworth has extreme Peter Pan syndrome, and he's gonna milk it.
Well, then going across. Make a successful command animal check.
Can I get a little guidance, my little buddy?
Yes.
All right, you got guidance.
22.
Wigglesworth will just pick all of the strings on his fiddle at once and go, "Nyeh."
Unsure if it worked, but it doesn't matter. It was more than 20 anyway. In that case, Bartholomew will try. He's gonna make an athletics check.
Swear to God, if I drown in this cart,
The cart was not specified to be waterproof. It will float because it's wood,
I'm gonna die in here.
but it will certainly fill up with water first.
That's fine. That's nice.
All of the winter blankets are now wet. But plus, yeah, get a 19 plus like 9. Bartholomew will ford the river easily.
And then maybe try to put like a mile between us and the river, and then we'll make a nice big fire. And
Right.
will camp prestidigitation be used to dry things? Or no, that's clean.
Yeah, it's a lot of pounds. A prestidigitation. I guess you could take a while and do it.
I mean, it's gonna
So you
take.
can warm the blankets. And it'll
There we go.
slowly work.
But then when we get there, I'll make a nice big, well-controlled fire, and we lay out all the damn stuff.
Okay.
And I'll make Grippy's special ration stew. I'll sing your favorite lullaby. Go to sleep, shut your mouth, or my fist will put you out. Dream, 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 dream.
Hey, Bob wants to be an animal again.
I thought that was your favorite. Oh wait, no, that's
I
my
went to-
favorite.
I went to sleep because I was scared.
Oh no!
I'm not great at being a parent.
Sounds like a great thing for me to come back for. Are we apologizing for not being good parents?
I
Apologizing, but
Acknowledging.
Hey, that's more than a lot of kids get. You should be great. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Like gatekeep, Grippy Sox.
Oh my god.
Pat the
Well.
bunny plays an ominous crescendo.
Well, mark off another day's rations.
How much do we heal from sleep?
Your
Very
level plus your con mod.
So 3. Okay, that's cool.
Waking up to another beautiful morning, you can smell cooking smoke in the distance. Dr. Thrayce, the town must be close.
I relay that exact phrasing to my friends. I smell cooking smoke. The village must be close.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Continuing on, the trail here is somewhat less clear and needs to be found. Make me a survival, no direction check.
Guidance.
Bless.
No guidance.
18 plus 7, 26.
Fantastic. Before midday, you are in front of the open gates of the town, High Ridge Town.
Hey, we did it.
You know, it's perfect that I'm wounded when we came back, because, you know, the story's more believable.
What exactly is our story? Have we discussed this in detail?
I was thinking letting our Wiggly son do the talking. You know, it's important to flex those people skills. Otherwise, you'll end up like,
Where's the rest of that sentence, Dad?
I didn't plan this far ahead.
Honesty is what's important.
But sometimes it's okay to lie, especially to business. Property is theft. There's been criminals, there have been laws. This is what I've decided in the day and a half that I've known about.
About laws.
Wigglesworth is nodding and listening intently and lighting a torch with his other hands.
Son, we only have so many left.
He will
Break
put down the flint.
torches. It's our last torch.
Go ahead.
Oh, just was saying that's our last torch.
I have a
Nick,
handful if you need some more.
Like,
Because I have 5, but I have
Perfect.
low light vision, so I don't need it very often.
same. I mostly like having them as a potential deterrent for animals. Like with that
All right. Well,
dog.
you swing around
the castle walls to the the trail dumps you out onto the mining road. So there are a few wagons pulled by oxen or mules filled with ingots or other mining supplies. The guards look you all over a little bit suspiciously, but they remember the protracted legal battles that took up most of the town's time for the last year.
As
And
long as they don't go to, hey, we won you out of town. Told you not to come
nope,
back.
they don't seem to be that. They just shrug and nod you inside.
Personally, if I got mugged, I'd just call a cab.
What?
How can you call
Hey,
a cab
cab.
if you've got
Oh,
Oh, call a cab. Yep. I love that song.
Yeah. Certified banger. He should
Our
probably
gods have
try
abandoned us.
now. That means I'm accountable for my own actions.
No!
Accountability, no.
My only weakness.
my own poor decision making?
Yes, actually. My life would be much easier if I wasn't in control of it.
Well, you have entered town, and it's 10 till 8. So I think it is as good a point as any to call game.
Understood.
GG, y'all.
Great game. I had such a wonderful time. Can't wait till next.
Yay.
That was a lot of fun. So happy to have the feral witch child
Yes.
join you all, and have
Be
Tegan
fun.
back, of course.
Burn.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Yes.
So great.
Wonderful. And then I will see you next week.
Alrighty.
Next week
See you
indeed.
next
Bye,
week.
bye, 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 bye.
Bye bye.